Daniel Rogge.
All right, I'm Eric Rogge.
And being from America, there's always been a certain fascination with the idea of Iceland, but a lot of people think that it seems sort of inaccessible and difficult to get to. And so when we had started reading in the news in 2010 that full marriage equality had been passed in this country, we began researching the possibility of us getting married here ourselves. And what that turned into was having 46 guests from all different parts of America, from New York to California and the Midwest as well, flying over here because, as we've said, it's the answer to the question, where have you always wanted to go from America, but you never get to? And this was the answer. And so it gave us the opportunity to both have a full federal marriage here and also show tons of our friends and family from America what it's like over here in Iceland.
We brought along about half friends, half family. It was probably half of the people that we invited were able to come, and everyone was really supportive and thought that the idea sounded amazing. And everyone seemed to afterwards thank us for making them come here because it was such a great experience, not just the wedding, but also just exploring this country that they always wanted to go to, but never had a reason.
Yes, and it was all of our parents, all of our siblings, and actually it was the first passport for both my 66-year-old mother and my 7-month-old nephew. So it was the first time for international travel for a lot of people, and definitely the first time in Iceland for all of them.
Almost all of them. Well, yeah, all of them. All of them.
We decided on the Grand Hotel as the location to have our wedding because it is one of the only places in the city that was big enough to accommodate the number of guests that we wanted to have both stay here as well as attend sort of the full service ceremony and reception. There was a space large enough for us to have the party, and then the reception, the ceremony space that they blocked off for us turned out to have sort of the look and feel of a chapel.
It has very beautiful spaces to get beautiful to get married in, and then big enough to have the reception in and not have to worry about transporting people from one place to another, and just still feel like you're in an environment that you want to be in.
Yep.
And that feels like the place where everything is happening. The day of the wedding, we had breakfast with everybody. We did a lot of last-minute organizing for the ceremony and coordinating what the room was going to look like and what the cocktail hour was going to be like and what was going to happen at the reception. And when it came to it, we just came down the elevator and walked into the room, and it was amazing because we were in front of this beautiful window and had the ceremony, and when we turned around to come back, everyone in the lobby who was checking in was like clapping also and saying congratulations and like being very nice, and then and really I just don't remember, like I don't remember anything except for just looking right at you the whole time and trying to remember to face people.
Yeah, exactly. So. And then we went to our party and did what we would have done if we had been at home, which was dance the night away to Lady Gaga, which would have happened anywhere.
For the honeymoon, we're doing a 10-day road trip around the Ring Road. Actually, this way. Yep. We're doing a honeymoon. We're driving around the Ring Road for 10 days and seeing the sights around the country and taking a little bit of time to be alone and just think about everything that's happened and not be entertaining anymore or planning anymore. And the road trip is great because it's the best thing to do because you come to the city, you see the biggest city in Iceland, and then you drive around and you see all the natural beauty that kind of occupies the rest of the country. And a lot of our friends did end up doing their own road trips and exploring on their own, and they're going to go home with their own stories and their own experiences about all the great stuff they did here. So
we thought people would be asking us questions through this whole process, and it turned more into people calling us up and saying, oh, you wouldn't believe what I've learned, and this is something you have to go see when you're there. And Also, we should mention the wedding itself was a 3-day process, and the ceremony and the reception was the middle day. We had a rehearsal dinner where we took everyone out to Icelandic fish and chips in the city, and then the day after the wedding, we took everyone out to the geothermal pools right here in town. And so, just to give everyone the opportunity to see everything that was going on in town. And now we're sending them all home, and we're going out to see the rest of Iceland by ourselves for a couple of days. So it should be great. We understood of sort of the perspective towards gay people in Iceland is that it is such a progressive environment that when we learned that marriage equality had been passed unanimously, it was not even with a big sweeping political change, but more with okay, everybody seemed like it was just, another thing that had happened here, and it was almost, it seemed to be treated by the government and by the people as almost no big deal, which is so much more interesting to us than having it be, people holding placards and signs and, a big sweeping political change. And we've seen that as far as the actual gay scene, that there aren't even, in Reykjavik, there aren't even a number of bars or clubs that specifically cater to gay clientele.
Everything is very all-inclusive, so you meet people at all company is very mixed, all restaurants and bars and everything, it's very for everybody, and not like specially gay restaurants or specially gay clubs. It's all integrated together, and that's kind of the way that we feel that it should be, because even in places that are very like accepting in America, everything is you know, somewhat segregated or somewhat like clearly gay or clearly, you know, in a gay part of town.
Right.
And this is just this is like visiting another planet where it's just not a big deal.
Exactly.
And it's been amazing to just feel comfortable all the time, everywhere, and just not have to worry about certain things like going outside and wondering if some people are going to be, you know, angry at us just for being boys. So
So what about the honeymoon?